Hello, hello. Welcome to Crafting and Cruising. I'm Lisa, and this is my page. And I'm glad you're here. Please tell me where you're watching from. If you're new to the page, say hi when you get on. And if you're watching the replay, please let me know you're watching the replay. Hey, Shelly, and where you're watching from. I'm going to be giving a recap of our event. Maybe Shelly can chime in there. Hey, Rodney. I'm glad I saw you on here because I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So I'm trying to get set up on my computer so I can read comments. I don't look too good today, Rodney, but thank you. So, anywho, I don't know if somebody else is on or not, but a great time was had by all, Shelly. That's exactly right. We had such a good time. Shelly, what was your very favorite part of the retreat? I'll swipe comments off my phone. I want to hear Shelly's very favorite part of the retreat. Besides meeting everybody, and that was, I mean, that's what most people are saying, was just meeting everybody that we see on these lives, and to be able to finally put a face with a name. Babu, hey sweet friend, I missed you so badly. I wish you had been in Oklahoma City. I really do. You and Carol too, and I'm going to miss being with you in Penners in Arizona. Shelly, meeting everyone, putting faces with the names. Yes, that is so true, because we see each other all the time on the lives. And then when you finally meet them face to face, it's like, oh, I know you. Yes. Guess the ball was my second favorite part. The Halloween ball was an absolute blast, you guys. It was so much fun. I'll be completely honest, I haven't dressed up in years, and I don't love Halloween, so I was not looking forward to that part. However, I was shocked that everybody that was there dressed up as much as they did. I mean, yes, we'd had a long time to plan, but, you know, I figured there were other people like me that just didn't love dressing up for Halloween, so it was great. Babu, next year, same place, and probably the same weekend. So you need to start planning now. They did announce it'll be in Oklahoma City again next year. It's going to be an annual event, and probably the same weekend unless something changes. I know there were, I heard that there were some people that said this weekend was not the best for them because they either had children or you know, wanted to be home for grandchildren or whatever in Halloween. And I mean, Halloween wasn't until the day we got back. But so anyway, but I think it's same time, same place. Nikki was amazing, Babu. She was awesome in that Maleficent costume she had. I don't know how she carried it around. Debbie Riggs said I know she tried the wings on because I took a picture of her in them. And she said they were heavy. So I don't know how Nikki did it. I was not looking forward to the dressing up part either. I'm a people watcher, so it's fun seeing all the, yes, so much fun. And I'm like you, Shelly, I love to people watch. I love that. I love watching in airports, hotel lobbies. I just love, and malls. I love watching people. But everybody took it seriously and got into it, and it was so much fun. So let me kind of backtrack. So Shelly, I think, went on Wednesday, right, Shelly? I didn't go. I flew out on Thursday and met my roomies, Diana Rutledge and Kimberly Wold, who are really sisters. They're not just roommates. They're like BFFs. I just love them to death. And we also met Joyce, who was on my flight. I flew from here to Austin, Texas, and just had a short layover for other people to get on. And then from there, I sat with a lady who was going. She asked me where I was going, or what I was going to do in Oklahoma City, and I said I'm going to a crafting event. She goes, "Me too." So she lives halfway between me and Knoxville, Tennessee. So we got there, and once Kimberly and two other sisters, Sandy and I got in on early Wednesday morning. Once two other sisters who came from the Seattle area with Kimberly, and Kimberly claimed their bags, then we took a shuttle to the Omni. And let me tell you something, that Omni Hotel in Oklahoma City is amazing. It's beautiful. The rooms were nice. The lobby was beautiful. The ballroom was nice. That night we had the VIP dinner right across from the ballroom area, which is where our classes were, and also where the ball was. And it's just a nice place. So anyway, Thursday night was the VIP dinner for those who signed up for VIP, and we got our swag bags. So let me show you. I may have left something out because I'd already unpacked it, but here's the swag bag that the VIP members got that says the Sparkle Room. So that's the Sparkle Room logo. So each one of us got the bag, and let me show you what was in it. First of all, this fabulous cup. And I know it's backwards, but it says more glitter, less bitter. And it's a really nice, sturdy cup with a really cool straw in it. So we got that. We got from Dina with Designs by Dina. If you're not following her, please follow Designs by Dina, D-I-N-A. She and Kenny were there. They're from Kentucky, and they are precious, precious. Kenny was the one that was emceeing the night of the ball. And they have a glow forge, and so she made us these really pretty, nice wood earrings. We have to actually put the hook on there, but she contributed these nice earrings. So that was from Dina and Kenny. Let me see, where did I put my other stuff? Then we had just a little notebook that we could take notes in if we wanted to. Essential Stencils donated 3 stencils for us to use, which we used on a craft. This one says Farm Fresh Christmas Trees. Probably can't see that very well, and I know it's backwards. And this one says Merry Christmas. And then there was one more that I didn't use that says Tree Farm. So each one of us had some essential stencils in our bag. Then we got, there's a Mary Kay consultant, Sandra Welch, who donated a little bag with a little piece of candy and some chapstick in it. We got one of Debbie Riggs' famous checked pencils that says, You Do You. That was fun. You got the same set. Hey, Mary, I missed you, sister. I wish you'd been there. You would have had so much fun. We would have had a blast together. We got this bling pen. These are so cool, and I understand that Chris Hunter's husband, if you're not following Chris, Creating with Chris Hunter, K-R-I-S, her husband and her mama made these. These are keychains that say the Sparkle Room. Love this. Then we got some Touchstone Crystal Bling, which we all use in crafting, so love the bling. And Natalie with I said Touchstone Crystal. That's not it. Totally Dazzled Crystal, my bad. Natalie was there. She lives in Canada, but she's the owner of Totally Dazzled, and she gave and gave and gave all weekend. When I came in the ball, she was dressed up like the fairy godmother. She had a little cape with her hood on, and she would say bippity boppity boo, and then she would reach in her cape sleeve and pull out something. And I got a bag of her new keys in the silver metal, all different shades. There were 10 of them. Beautiful. Then Kathy from Royal Funky Junk donated a stretch bracelet from Touchstone Crystal. And mine is an Aurora Boreal, which is gorgeous. I love it. If you're not familiar with Touchstone, those of you who know me know I have a pretty decent amount of it. So you can get it through Kathy. There's other consultants too. I was a consultant for a while and I just let it expire, but this is beautiful. It catches the light of all different colors. So we got that. Then we got this candy bar. This is a Sweet Friendship Refreshes the Soul. Yes, Mary, you've got to go next year. And then we all got a makeup bag, the Sparkle Room. And I think everything that I've put in here is just stuff that I'm taking with me on my next trip. So there's nothing else to show. But, oh, we got a pink, mine is packed, but a pink, the Sparkle Room apron that we got to wear. And I had a lot of the creators and a lot of the sisters sign it. So that was so much fun. So we got our swag bags. Everybody else got their swag bags the next day when they registered to come into the classes. Yes, Dina did say she sat and wrapped all those candy bars with that friendship saying that was, she's a doll. They're all precious, y'all. They're all precious. Did I leave anything out, Shelly? Was there anything else we got that I forgot to include? I can't think of anything else. So the food was very good. It was, a lot of it was different than what you would normally have. And I couldn't even tell you the names of some of them. I couldn't pronounce the names. But the food was good. So we had the VIP dinner that night. And then we went to bed. And Friday morning we got up and went down to the ballroom where we did 7, count them, 7 crafts during the day. 7. I was exhausted. Now, I'll show you some of the things that I did. I didn't bring them all up here. And I didn't finish hardly any of them. But Jen and Chris taught us about journals, junk journals. Well, I've got some stuff stuck on the back of mine. And they're actually made out of bubble wrap packages, the mailers. And then we just took different scrapbook paper that she gave us, music paper. And the idea behind a junk journal is you can make it and put recipes in it and give it as a gift. You can put family pictures in here. Somebody said, can't remember if it was, I think it might have been Diana Rutledge, said that they take a family picture every Christmas. So she was thinking about going back and getting all their family Christmas pictures and putting in here. Yeah, I had to look it up too. Okay, I'll see you later, Shelly. Thanks for coming on. So this was a junk journal we did. This is falling apart. I never did finish it, but this is what Justin did with us. I don't know if the light will work or not. It's like a little fairy door, and the screw was too big for the knob to go on. It's a beautiful knob. It's real blingy. So that doesn't go there. So I've got some more flowers and stuff to put on it, but this was a cute little craft that Justin with the Crafty Brother. So if you don't follow Justin, please go follow the Crafty Brother. You will adore him. These were the little tags, like gift tags, that we used our stencils on with Essential Stencils. And again, I don't have ribbon or anything through them, but we just used stencils on that. We made with, who was this that did this? I think this might have been Dina. I believe this was Dina's craft. So we got all of the pieces. We got this piece of wood. They had a piece of wood down here, and then all of the letters and the hearts that say "Be Kind." We painted the board because it all looked just like this. We painted our letters, glued them on, and then did like a little macrame with the string all the way across. and then you can tie a little loop of ribbon through here and hang it. So we did that. This is what we did with Debbie Rigg, and I'm almost through. I don't have the red jingle ball that goes here, here, and here. She would call them red dingle balls. Red dingle jingle balls. I have to glue them on, but let me tell you about this. You know, Debbie Rigg is the queen of checks. Unfortunately, we didn't have our good brushes. I mean, they provided us with a pack of brushes, every person that attended, but they were cheaper brushes. And to do checks well, you need fat, flat, and firm. There's one other. Fat, flat, firm, and something else she says. Well, these were not that way. So I started doing my checks, I think, over here, and they were looking a hot mess. It really made me realize and appreciate my good brushes. So I finished mine with a black magic marker with the intention of going back over them with paint. And then I'll put my white drag in each one of them. I'll put a top coat on. I'll probably put a couple of rows of the bling string around here and here. I'll put the red jingle bells on. Probably put a row of bling down here. I don't know. But anyway, so I got that started. And then with Terry from the Robin's Nest, Robin's Egg. Short, fat, flat, and firm. That's it. Short, fat, flat, and firm. Thank you, Mary. We made this cute little snowman, y'all. I still have to put a clear coat on it. And maybe do a little more shading. But this is just cute to put in a wreath or to hang on a wall. Just so, so sweet. So we did this. Kathy, we each got a wine glass and a piece of Totally Dazzled. And Kathy started us out by gluing those onto our wine glass, which we were supposed to bring to the ball. Most people didn't. But anyway, so all day Friday we crafted. Now, Chris Hunter also is part owner of the Velvet Alley Boutique. So they brought the boutique to the ballroom in the back. Y'all, I spent more money than I should have, but I got some really, really nice things from her boutique. So they were set up. Shirley Davis with Touchstone Crystal was there. She had a table set up. Decoupage Queen, I think, was there. The Would You Bin people were there. And they did a little craft with us on a paintbrush. I don't think I brought it over here. Let me see if it's on my bed. I didn't finish it yet. Well, I know I had it up here. But anyway, we took a paintbrush and decoupage paper on it. And then they gave us a piece of Would You Bend to put up at the top. And then you can put like a couple of rows of the bling across the handle. So that was really cute. And they were offering a discount that day. So we had dinner on our own that night. So Diana and Kimberly and I went to a burger place that was a part of the Omni. I think somebody said they had 9 restaurants there. It's crazy. And then at 9 o'clock, we had our pajama party, where the Sparkle 6 and friends all did their monthly event live. And each one of them got a mystery bag. They each got the same tray to start out with, and then Mary White had put together mystery bags, and they were given bags, and they had to, start making a craft with their bags. And they had some pretty cool stuff in them. They had no idea what they were going to get. She played a little card game with them, 21 I think it was that she played with them, and then they started on their craft. Well, so after about, I don't know, 20 or 25 minutes, Bruce told them to stop right where they were, what they were doing, stop. And so they stopped, and then he said, hey Deborah, he said, pass your craft to the left. So all that work and all that planning they had done with their mystery bag and the extra bags of goodies that they got to craft with, then they had to pass it to the person on their left. Well, then that meant that that person had different supplies to craft with, and they had to sort of look at what was just passed to them and decide, how am I going to remake it now? And so then after another 20 minutes or so, Bruce told them to stop, and they had to pass it to the third person down from them. And then those people finished it. It was hilarious. Men and women alike were in their pajamas. I had some pink and white pajamas that had feathers around the cuffs of my shirt and my pants. And then I had on a long black silky robe that had black feathers all the way up both sides, around the neck and around the bottom, the hem. And then I had some black frou-frou bath, or what do you call them, bed slippers or whatever. And so that was a lot of fun. It was kind of long, but and after sitting all day, that made for a long day. But it was fun. And then when they got through with their craft, everybody's name that was attending was in a bowl, a fish bowl, and they drew names, and each person would draw a name, and then whoever's name they drew won that crafter's craft. So that was Friday night. Saturday morning we started early. Breakfast was on your own, and then we had 2 crafters on Saturday. They served us lunch Friday and Saturday, which was very nice. And then when we got through with lunch, they were going to completely tear down the whole ballroom and get ready for the Halloween ball that night. So you had the afternoon to do with it what you wanted to. So Kimberly and the 2 girls that flew in with her, I'm so sorry I can't remember their name. Thank you, Mary. And Diane and I went to the Oklahoma bombing memorial, and that was emotional. Nothing has ever hit me like that. Like I've been to the Washington Memorial, Lincoln Memorial, Jefferson Memorial, and I mean it's somber to think about our founding fathers, but being at the Oklahoma bombing site this many years, like 25 years afterwards, they had rows of chairs, these almost like metal chairs. 9 rows, I think, because there were 9 floors in the building, and the number of chairs on that row in the grass represented the number of people that died from that floor, and a person's name was on the front of each one. Any children that died, their chairs were little, and then kind of separated from everything around there were people who were on the outside at the time of the bomb that died. There was a fence where people had stuffed animals and children's shoes and notes and cards. And there was 2 different walls, 901 and 903 or something. I may have the times wrong, but anyway, and a pool of water between them. And the 01 is when the bombing occurred, and then the 03, it had inscribed when healing began. And then there was a statue of Jesus across the street, like a supersized statue of Jesus with his head bowed. And I can't remember, I don't think it just said Jesus wept, but it was something about his heart hurting. So that was very humbling. Then we took an Uber and went to the Rink Antique Mall and shopped and found some really cool things. And then we got back and got dressed to go to the ball. I was Audrey Hepburn, and Kimberly was Marilyn Monroe, and Diana was the checker, the grocery store checker from Debbie Riggs' posse, so to speak. And she had cute little buttons on. That one of them had a picture of Debbie on there, and so we all went to the ball together, and then just standing out in the lobby watching people come in was amazing. So we had a good meal that night, and then they had a DJ, and so we started dancing, and I did some line dancing with the group, and then we were exhausted, so we went on up to our room and packed to leave. And then the next morning, I met Joyce down in the lobby, and she and I took an Uber to the airport because we had to leave kind of early. I think the rest of them had coffee together, and I think Jody Christensen and Callie, one of Debbie's assistants, came and met them for coffee and lunch. So it was a busy weekend. It was a full weekend, but it was so much fun. It really, truly was. So I encourage you, if you have any inclination of crafting or decorating or whatever, to make plans to come next year, because you don't want to miss out. It really was fun. I mean, there's some things that probably they could do a little better. It was a learning experience. It was the first time. So there were a few little glitches, especially for the people who were watching virtually. I think there was a bad reception area, and so sometimes it was hard to get the camera working properly. And, I thought my computer battery thing was up here, but it's not. So anyway, I live and learn, and I'm sure they learned some things, and we'll do some things differently next year, but it surely was fun. So I'm hoping tomorrow I can, let me tilt this back and try to hook it up to my charger. I can go out to the bus or motorhome, whatever you want to call it, and finish up some of these crafts. I don't know that I'll do a new craft, but I'll show you what I've been doing. Now, don't be a hater, okay? It's beginning to look a lot. And my whole downstairs living room area, which is where I have the most of the decorations I worked on yesterday. And then I got new swags to put up on the mantle that I'm going to put up tomorrow, hopefully. And then tomorrow night when Rodney gets back from out of town, we're going to, the new Christmas tree we got last year, some of the lights are out. So we're going to have to put, yes, Rodney, you know that. We're going to have to put some new lights where the other ones are burnt out. And then tomorrow is Macy's birthday, my granddaughter's birthday, but she has the flu. Flu A, and she did get the vaccine. And so she's been home all week with the flu. And then her sister Carly had her wisdom teeth cut out last Friday. But one of them had like bone down in the root or something, and they had to break up the bone in little pieces and pull it out. So she's still having a pretty good amount of pain right there. She went back and saw the oral surgeon yesterday. And so anyway, so we were going to go out to dinner tomorrow night and then decorate the tree. We've put it off to Friday night now to give both of them a little more time to heal. And then Friday night we'll go out to dinner for her birthday, and then we're coming over here and decorating my Christmas tree. Only people that'll be missing will be our middle daughter Brittany and her husband Kyle and their two daughters, our other two granddaughters. So I'm sad they won't be here. But yeah, I know, Babu. Here's the thing. I live way down in a valley off of the main path. Nobody ever sees my house, my outside decorations. So, hey, Lisa Sloan, my sweet sister, how are you? So, there were several years that we had family to our house for Thanksgiving. So I thought, I want family who will not be here for Christmas, but are here for Thanksgiving, to be able to see decorations, because I get into Christmas, y'all. It's my favorite time of year. I'd start way earlier getting ready if I didn't get haters hating me. But so I thought when they come for Thanksgiving, I'll have some Thanksgiving decorations. Like I had turkey, salt, and pepper shaker on the table, and I had a few little Thanksgiving things out. But I thought if I go on and get my Christmas ready, then they can see my Christmas decor. and my Christmas tree. Because they won't be able to see it any other time. They won't be back for Christmas. And even though I don't do a whole lot outside, I do enough, but it's mostly for me, just because Christmas makes me so happy. And I mean, we celebrate the birth of Christ, so really we should be doing that every day. But you know, it doesn't bother me that all the retail stores put out their Christmas stuff early. I hear people complaining. Me too, Lisa. I hear people complaining constantly about that. It doesn't bother me. I love it. And it just gets me in the holiday mood. And I've got at least one granddaughter who's coming along behind me. That's the one that has the flu. She loves it too. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. I have also been going to physical therapy for my torn ligament in my ankle. I was not able to, I went twice before I went to Oklahoma City. I didn't do many exercises while I was there because I didn't have time. And then I went Monday and I went today. And he about killed me. Because he's not just working on my ankle, he's working on my calves and my hips and my core. So when my feet try to hit the floor in the mornings, I look like a mess. It's hard for me to even stand up straight. So, but I do think it's doing some good. He taped it today, which he's got it taped in a weird fashion, but he's trying to help get the swelling down some. We love Christmas. My daughter starts decorating Christmas the 20th. That's what I always did it. My goal was to do it the weekend after Halloween. So wherever that fell, then I would go on and start decorating. I don't decorate a lot for Halloween. I'm not a big Halloween person. So what decorating I did for fall, not Halloween. So anyway, make plans if you can to go next year. I think, hey, how are you, my sweet friend? Good to see you. I think they're going to announce soon when the tickets are going to go on sale, which will probably be soon. And they're doing it so that people have a year to plan and to save, and that they're even going to have a payment plan set up for anyone who wants that. So I think some people didn't come this time because they felt like it was cost prohibitive to fly and to pay the room rate, even though the Omni gave us a great room rate. And then, you know, for the classes, and then if you wanted to do VIP, they had a certain amount of tickets only, and that was extra. But you know, if you have a year to plan, if you can just sort of sit down and figure out, okay, and you'll probably share a room if you're not married and your spouse doesn't come, you'll probably share a room, like Kimberly and Diane and I all three shared a room. And so for this time, it ended up being, I think, $215 each. And that was for 3 nights. So that's really not bad at all. And it's a classy hotel. Flights right now are crazy. Yeah, they are, Babu. Fortunately, my husband gave me some of his points. So that really helped me. So anyway, but if you start planning now, you know, you've got 12 months to try to budget it in or work on the payment plan with them. So okay, before I read from the book, I want to show you something else I got. There's a crafter named Sandra Lett. She's a painter. She's not a crafter. She's a painter. And a fabulous painter. And I used to follow her all the time until I started crafting, and then I just didn't take the time anymore. That's okay, Jennifer. It doesn't matter. Yeah, stay on your other... Y'all go follow Jennifer, Pink Pixie Crafter. She does some of the cutest things. She's my friend Jen that lives in Florida, Lakeland, Florida. So go follow her. No big deal at all. No, you can go back on your other page. It's okay. Anyway, I have not seen any of Sandra's work in a while. And a couple of weeks ago on Facebook, I started getting her post again. And she posted this, done with alcohol inks. I had to have it. Is that not gorgeous? Y'all, alcohol inks, and then obviously she used some kind of a white ink pen. It's called Passion Red Flowers. And her name is Sandra Lett, Lett. Isn't that gorgeous, Mary? And y'all know I'm a painter, so it takes a lot for me to just go, ugh. But you can tell like where she blew through a straw probably, or with a blow dryer, the little lines that come out here, and it's just breathtaking. So when I contacted her about it, I said, I gotta have that. And then with it, she sent me this, I guess just as like a little bonus. This one's called Rainbow Explosion. It's just on a piece of shiny photo paper. Isn't that cool? Yes, she is amazing. And I watched her for a long time and was just fascinated with how she would do things. And so anyway, go follow her page. It's just Sandra Lett, LETT.com. I'm supposed to be taking a picture of me holding the painting and then sending it to her so she can post it. But I want to do it when I have my face on, which is not right now. Okay, I'm going to grab the book. Y'all know that I've been reading off and on from this book called The Secret Language of Girlfriends. Talking loudly, laughing wildly, and making the most of our most important friendships by Karen Neuberger. I bought several copies of these. Most of them were gently used on Amazon, and I took a bunch of them and gave to the crafters that I was with this weekend, and to some of my sisters in the sisterhood, and it's just a fun book. So I skipped forward a little bit because this, I think, really resonates with what I've just done, and I hope y'all have a few minutes just to listen in. I like the way this lady writes because she can be serious, but she can be funny too. It's called Chick Trips. Now, y'all know that every year, Vicki and I, my best friend and I, go on a girls trip every year. And usually we started doing it so that we could paint our Christmas card. That's how it got started initially, and we've been several places together. And this year, my friend Deborah Jedd, who I think is still on here, we met her last year in the Bahamas, and she came to the Caymans this year while we were there. So, and then I went on this Oklahoma City trip, and my husband and I travel a lot. And I love to travel with him. We get to see some really neat places. But there's just something different about a girls' trip, I guess, where you can just kind of let your hair down and be with like-minded people. So anyway, she says she defines a chick trip, a vacation for girls only, sometimes referred to as where the boys aren't, often cleverly disguised as a cultural experience. A chick trip is really an excuse for women to combine uninterrupted laughter with intermittent shopping, accessories, a tote bag filled with old movies, tissues, and your preferred hangover cure. Now, that part I don't have to have, but it's funny. Bonding time with your broad squad, translation, a 3-day sanity saver with a view, is the best way to bust out of town for a few days of new adventures, uninterrupted gossip, and as many Jell-O shots as you damn well please. Since Thelma and Louise set the bar for what can happen when girlfriends hit the road, you may be a little wary, but trust me when I say you don't need to commit murder or jump off a cliff to get some quality time with your broad squad. All you need is you and your road-raging girlfriends, a country and western radio station, and a spare tire that someone on board actually knows how to change. An authentic chick trip is 1 part sightseeing excursion, 1 part rehab, where the toxic buildup of bad boyfriends and dead-end jobs disappears in our rearview mirror like the roadkill it is. Back to girldom. A girl's getaway is a secret club like being cast on Survivor without all the vote you off the island garbage. No matter how old we are, women are always looking for a second chance at girldom. The feeling of our biological clocks ticking backward. And why not? In its purest form, a chick trip is a slumber party for grown women without our mothers crabbing that it's time to go to bed. Some of my fondest memories are being 15 at a PJ party with half a dozen girls crowded into one bedroom, sleeping bags on the floor, makeup and nail polish everywhere. Now, all these years later, and I refuse to say how many, I think of the perfect chick trip as a Motel 6 clubhouse where we do exactly what we did as kids. Leave the lights on all night, try on each other's clothes, talk about sex, give each other makeovers, and talk about sex some more. When on a chick trip, there are specific rules of indulgence. Krispy Kremes must be involved, and there must always be the option of wrapping up in big blankets and sitting out at 5 a.m. to watch the sunrise. If you decide to haul yourselves out of your room for dinner, make sure you flirt with a CAW, translation, cute available waiter. My friend Mary swears that according to the Broad Squad rulebook, flirting with the CAW is not off limits, even to a married girlfriend. Don't know about that. When we're high on a chick trip, it's as if we've entered a parallel universe. The truth is, there's no better cure for the depressed, overworked, and exhausted among us than a big time out under the stars. The travel time alone allows us to come down and decompress from the real world. With no outside responsibilities, we share a real intimacy that gives us a new perspective on our lives, illuminating what we really want and need. Just like interviewing a focus group at a movie screening, we test our friends' reactions to our future plans, inviting their feedback as we shape and reinvent our lives. Women's lives are jammed with everyone else's issues and problems. It's no wonder we're exhausted with all the hats we wear. We need a vacation without the hats, not to mention the makeup and the pantyhose. It's tough to dwell on a lousy husband, a demanding mother, or an evil boss when you're laughing yourself silly while inhaling donuts in the back of a rented minivan. Plus, you'd be surprised how quickly you forget your troubles when you're lying around a hotel room, kicking back in silly pajamas, singing, "In the jungle, the mighty jungle, a wing, a whack, 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 a wing, whack." Probably get kicked off Facebook. The most important element of organizing your Broad Squad trip is to make sure you have a girl posse who will get along without irritating one another, or at least without killing one another. You need to assign the jobs of investigating cheap airline tickets, affordable hotel suites, restaurants, and a rental car. Next, poll everyone on their ideal agenda. What will it be? A dose of museums and galleries, a side trip to Graceland, a beach, a bar, a fake baked tan, and some tequila? Of course, the real differences become immediately apparent when you show up at the car at the airport with your luggage. There's always one girl with a small duffel that holds little more than sandals and a tube of SPF 30, another who awkwardly schleps in 2 gigantic Louis Vuittons stuffed full of shoes, every cosmetic product on the market, and maybe even a blender to get a head start on the margaritas. Once you've reached your destination, you need the treasurer, the one who keeps track of the moolah, a photographer to document the event for posterity, silly pictures of sandy feet, leaping dolphins, and the girl with her head on the table from too much tequila, and at least one person who can read a map. A map? What is that? Knowing everyone's requirements for food, sleep, and comfort ahead of time will prove crucial when you find yourself starving halfway to a rest stop and all you have is a bag of Oreos and a full bladder. Your Broad Squad has to include gal pals with a sense of humor and a taste for junk food, and at least one woman must come prepared with breath mints in her purse and toilet paper in the glove compartment. It's inevitable, by the way, that you're going to drink too much that first night and wake up with a headache. The next day you may be able to stay away from the booze, but in exchange you'll probably eat too much, so keep that Pepto-Bismol close by. If you're thinking about curing your blues and blahs with a Broad Squad road trip, try this travel IQ test on potential travel companions. You ready for the IQ test? Number 1, you request an ETA. She, A, thinks you want to know when she wants to eat. B, hyperventilates. C, has no idea there is an ETA. Isn't happiness the journey? Number 2, she has to use the bathroom. A, every time you stop for gas or so. B, every time you reach a new state or so. Or C, every mile or so. 3, she sees a hitchhiker as A, potential psycho. B, a lost soul who's just looking for one last chance. Or C, a potential husband. 4, if you get a flat tire, she A, gets out and changes it. B, flirts outrageously to get some random guy to change it. Or C, sells the car to get a newer one. 5. On the trip, she's determined to find A, every Prada outlet west of Mississippi, B, every cute gas station attendant west of Mississippi, or C, the correct spelling of Mississippi. If she answered 3 out of 5 the way you think she should, she's probably a compatible travel companion. If she answered anything but A on question 3, which has to do with the hitchhiker, leave her at home. And it goes on and on and on. It's a long chapter, so I'm not going to read anymore. But I would just encourage you to, if you get a chance, pick up this little book and read it yourself and realize what a treasure our girlfriends are. The older I get, the more I realize that my girlfriends mean a whole lot to me, and the pickier I am about who I really call a girlfriend. So anyway, I appreciate you guys coming on tonight. I will try to come on tomorrow and finish up some crafts or do something fun. Don't know what time yet, so just make sure your notifications are turned on. And if you feel led, I hope you'll share my page with some people and invite them to come and join us. So I hope y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.